Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Anna and today's video is one that is very present in my life at the moment. I was talking about 8 things that nobody prepared me for when I got my wisdom teeth out. I have my bear here with me to keep me company while I talk about this, and I have it on my trusty dusty laptop. But alright, let's get right to business. Also, for a little disclaimer, this is just all stuff that I have learned through my experience. This is not a universal experience of what everybody may be experiencing, but this is just kind of what I've learned or what I have been told through my oral surgeon. But each oral surgeon or dentist that performs the surgery is going to have different instructions of what to follow and different routine and different everything about how to do it and like what you may expect. And also each person is different of what you will expect. So my experiences might not be like everybody's. This is just general of what I experienced. So take that with you to heart when you are listening to this. Once you are in the stages of getting your wisdom teeth out. I'm going to be going over 8 things that are kind of smaller things that I just didn't really know when I got my wisdom teeth out, and I kind of didn't know until I was actively in it. Good and bad, I guess. Today is Friday. I got my wisdom teeth out on Monday morning. So I've only been in this for a couple of days, but kind of some terms I'll be using is day of, which for me that was Monday, and then day 1 starting Tuesday as day 1, post-op day 1, post-op day 2, which is Wednesday. So like post-op day 2 would be 48 hours after my wisdom teeth out. For reference. Let's get started with number 1. First thing is, this one I had no idea about. It isn't prominent since day 1, day 2, whatever. There is this bad taste in your mouth. Probably 60% of the time. It's just disgusting. And I was trying to look it up. So that can be a symptom of dry socket, which I will talk about that in a second. But I think it's kind of just, it's not always infection. It can just be like the incisions and I don't know. But it's normal, basically. It's normal. Going back, dry socket is when the blood clot is dislodged between like 3 to 7 days after your surgery. And it's just open bone or like nerve and it gets infected. And that will cause a bad taste in your mouth, a bad breath, and a lot of pain. I don't think I have that. I'm really hopeful. But we will see as my healing journey continues. But overall, the bad taste in your mouth is normal, but I just had no idea about that. And it would come for me about maybe like a bit after I'd eat, or maybe like certain foods that I would try to eat. I would just have this horrible taste in my mouth and I'd try to drink water, or I would just have to brush my teeth to make it go away. Continuing with number 2, there's swelling immediately. You are swollen and it will stay there for a while. You can tell now, so it is currently day 4, post-op day 4, and I'm still a bit swollen, but not that bad, truth be told. I've been like lightly swollen, as you can tell in here, for the whole time essentially for me. But I know a lot of people get super swollen around day 3 because that is when it peaks, which I also did not know. Day 3 is peaking of pain, of swelling, and that is when you're starting to lean off of pain meds usually. So that's kind of the rough spot. So I surpassed that. So it gets worse before it gets better, but then it gets better and it's a lot better. And the pain, it kind of feels like your cheeks are being like smushed in, and it's like you can almost feel the inside of your cheek on the socket, which is super uncomfortable, but it's kind of just like a there thing. You just kind of have to deal with it. You can try to take medication to try to help it, but it's just kind of there for the time being, and hopefully the swelling will go down or go away maybe in like a week. But I know some people are swollen for like 2 weeks, but usually that'll happen more if you like get an infection or have complications. But like your swelling is there for quite a bit, and it's gonna be relatively noticeable, at least for you. Like, I can tell I have it, but maybe like you guys couldn't really tell that I was super swollen. So it's kind of subjective to whoever each person is. Also in how impacted your teeth are, because mine weren't super impacted, so I'm not super swollen. And number 3, the pain and the meds that you have to take. So again, for me, it's just a lot of discomfort, and it is pain, but it kind of will linger for a while, but then it'll subside and it'll go away, and it'll switch locations too. So I did get all 4 out, so switch between like top and bottom on each side. For me, the oral surgeon that I had structured it out to take pain medication all for the first day you get them out, and the 2 days, or the day following that, so the day after. And it is definitely very structured, and you are like, it's on the clock. It's 30 minutes on with the ice pack, and then with that you're taking different rotations of the antibiotic they give you, Tylenol, Advil, over and over again. And so with that, I am not a pill person. I've always been the person that takes gummy vitamins or like chewable vitamins, because I can't do the pill. Like, I can't swallow the pills easily at all. I've only recently, within the past probably 2 years, been able to swallow the tiny like gel Advils. So doing this and having to take the huge Tylenol or the huge antibiotic is tough. So if you're not a pill person, this will be your worst nightmare. For the big antibiotic, I would cut mine into 3 parts, so it's like 3 tinier pieces, and now finally on day 5, I'm on the last day of antibiotics. So if you are not big into pills, prepare to take a lot of them, and I learned some tricks. So you can put it in Jello or pretend like you're chugging water to help open up your throat to swallow it, but I still found it very, very difficult. And so for me, that was a big hurdle going into this, because I didn't know you'd have to take quite that many pills each day. It was really humbling. Number 4, this is pretty random, I think, but it makes sense. It is no swooshing in your mouth. So you like doing like, and like that, like when you would rinse your mouth out with mouthwash, let's say, you can't do that. So you are given this mouthwash you have to take, and you start it the day after surgery, and you do it twice a day, morning and night, and it's for quite a while, but you have to like, you shake your head back and forth to get all the sides, because you can't swoosh, because it's like, oh, it could dislodge the blood clot, which would then cause that dry socket. I didn't know that until the day after I did that. You have to just like move your head, kind of just an adjustment. Another part of the healing process, which leads me to number 5, is swinging your mouth the week after, starting the week after. So with this, when you start to get back to eating solid foods again, so for me again, that's also like starting now day 5, I'm starting to eat more solid foods, more normal foods, and starting in a couple of days, you take a syringe and you have to like wash out the sockets in the back. Which is kind of gross, but also I think it'll be kind of satisfying. We have to start doing that, and you do it for quite a while after, until they are pretty close, which could take quite a while, which I didn't know. I thought it was just shortly after, or like the week of the surgery, I guess, but it's following a whole week after, so you are still in this recovery period for a solid 2 weeks. It is still like new recovery, and you are avoiding crunchy and spicy foods right after for quite a while. Hot foods, you're avoiding that for a little bit. Like crunchy foods, you're avoiding for quite a while, but then the hot and spicy, I guess, like a couple days after. But it's still just a good 2 weeks of this recovery where you are still actively doing stuff for it, which I didn't know you'd have to syringe for that long after. Maybe that's just a me thing. So going back to day of the surgery, you are numb for hours after. I couldn't feel my whole bottom lip for a solid 10 hours after my surgery. My surgery was at 8 a.m. until probably 6 p.m. Like, I could feel my lip again. It kind of just feels like you have really bad lip filler almost, but like you are numb, and like your tongue is numb, especially like those 3 hours after surgery. You can't feel anything, and you gradually get to be like feeling more and more. So I'd say probably at like 2-3 p.m. maybe, my tongue, I could feel my tongue a bit more, and I could actually try to eat and like try to drink water, because at the first time I drank water, it spill all down because you can't feel anything, and it's the weirdest thing ever. But that luckily subsides. So no, if you do get your teeth out later and you are super numb, you're probably gonna be numb going into the night, which can be super uncomfortable, and it's hard to eat, and it's hard to do a lot because you're kind of just like dripping at everything. Okay guys, I should come back from an intermission because I had to go charge my camera because it died. There's a lot of birds outside my window too, and they keep making a lot of noise. Okay, continuing on with the video. Number 7. After surgery, you can't open your mouth all the way. And I feel like this is so, I just didn't expect it, but even now being day 4 post-op, like I can't open my mouth all the way. And so yawning too the past couple of days, it's kind of just like, open like a sandwich or a hamburger, even though I want one so bad, it's kind of just like, so with that being, opening your mouth too big, it causes immense pain. So like sometimes brushing my teeth and trying to try to brush my back teeth without going over the incision, I'm like, ow, I have to hold my mouth open for so long because you are like opening wide. So that does cause pain because it's your jaw. And lastly, number 8, the pain, it radiates through your face kind of. So for me especially, the pain would radiate, so obviously being kind of the more like incision sites, like where they took the teeth out right here, and being right around that, like that tissue right around there. But for me, it would radiate a lot, especially yesterday, so day 3, which again, that's like that peak. It radiated a lot through my front teeth, and I think that's also partially for eating too, because if there's anything you have to bite. So I was eating, like the past couple of days, I've been eating a lot of like scrambled eggs and pancakes and like pasta and bread, and pasta and bread more on the later side, but like pancakes and the scrambled eggs, because it's easy to bite and just kind of swallow whole, and it dissolves it in your mouth. But with also trying to bite it with your front teeth a lot, and then just already having that pain there, it does cause a lot of pain. So I was having a lot of pain like through my bottom teeth and through my top teeth right here. It was really just a weird feeling because it's like, why does that hurt? So I didn't know about that. And I know like my sister too, because we got ours out together, so we've been going through this all together. She was having a lot of pain up in her sinuses almost, because her top teeth were so impacted. They have to cut so deep that it was like up through here, which I found really interesting, but it makes sense. And also a lot of pain through our jaw, like right down here, like sometimes like to the touch, it's super uncomfortable, and it does hurt, and it radiates through. But with that, for me, like again, my pain isn't up here or like super down here all the time, because mine just weren't quite that impacted, which is really rare. Mine were very visible, which is also why a lot of my symptoms are a lot more mild compared to most people, and especially compared to like my sister, who we had them out together, so we can really compare it, you know, day to day, because we're going through at the same timeline. That I've had like significantly less pain radiating through there, or just kind of pain in general. So that's also a big factor of getting your teeth out, is your pain amount, and like swelling and bruising will also depend on how impacted your teeth were. And that also correlates to the duration of how long your healing process will take, because then again, like I'm not bruised, like not crazy swollen again, like what I mentioned earlier, just because mine weren't super impacted, so I have to cut quite as deep. That is all that I have today for this video. I hope it was informative and helpful. I don't know. This is all things that I experienced and I wish I knew before. It's important to follow the stuff that your surgeon or dentist gives you regarding getting your wisdom teeth out, because each person and each physician's rules are different. So remembering that and knowing that, and this is just stuff that I wish I knew. Hope if you're watching this, if you are getting your wisdom teeth out, or if you have them out right now and you're in the healing process as well, that you can have a speedy recovery with little pain, and it will all go well with minimal or no complications at all, because that is always tough. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, or whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
glow is made.